evening, ladies as well as gentlemen servants. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena action. So, I tried to draft a low-curve Hunter deck. I avoided some high-cost cards like Boulderfist Ogre and Stormwind Champion and stuff like that. Spiteful Smith got passed. The problem was I didn't really get that much removal, so it's hard for me to clear out taunts and things. I've got an Ironbeak Owl, and that's about it, really. No deadly shots, just one multi-shot. No explosive shots. No kill commands. No kill commands either. Really, really unfortunate, all the things that have been happening in this run. But, we played a priest, and the priest smashed the dickens out of us. And we played a hunter, and we cracked his skull pretty good, but he just played really badly. And didn't ever have any good cards. So it's really difficult to say how good this deck really is. I have a feeling, though, the deck is just bad. So this hand would be much better against anyone but a druid. The druid can just shapeshift all day and kill everything I've got here. But that's fine, we're going to do it anyway. I might actually not play at South Sea deckhand. Now, normally I would play a 1-drop on turn 1, even if it's going to die to shapeshift. But he actually has value with the help of Eaglehorn Bow. So I'm going to hang on to the South Sea deckhand for use with the bow. And we got a Chillwind Yeti. This could have been a Gnomish Inventor, but I guess here I'm pretty happy it's a Chillwind Yeti. I'm going to need that on turn 4. I can respond to his 2-drop with coining out the Eaglehorn Bow, or if he passes here, I can just play a Murloc Tidehunter, and in fact, he's going to pass. So it's a good thing I didn't play this. He had nothing better to do than shapeshift, it turns out. And now I'm going to play this Tidehunter, but it's okay because if he uses turn 3, killing a half of my card, I am pretty much okay with that trade-off. And if he does shapeshift here, I will just coin into a Yeti and then be off to a really strong start. I really would expect him to play a 3-drop here, though, because he passed on turns 1 and 2. He's probably got some 3-drops going on, unless he's a bad player and forgoes playing a 3-drop in order to shapeshift. So I don't know if he's a bad player or not, or if he just didn't have anything to do. But I'm totally okay with this turn of events. Now what I can do is point into a Yeti. There's really no reason to play the Eaglehorn Bow right now, because I have another thing I can do. So the Yeti is very good here, because it doesn't die to swipe. Swipe would have been tempting. Like, say this was like the Ogre Magi. Swipe would have just cleared my board, but as it is, Swipe leaves an annoying 4-1 Yeti around. So he'll probably play something here, I'm guessing. We have a lot of burn potential. We have 6 damage here, 10 damage here. That's 16 damage, and this is probably good for 5, so that's 21 damage. 23, and if this guy charges in, 25. Now that might seem awfully optimistic, but you have to really think about that when you play Hunter, because that's how you win a lot of your games as Hunter, is by steady shotting people to death, and so you really need to be looking for the win at all times. Here I actually have a shocking amount of damage just in these 5 cards, so if I started sending everything to face, I could win. Now he could play taunts, that would screw me up, but, you know, that's kind of how it works, is you deal with things as they come. All right, let's play the Eaglehorn Bow. South Sea deckhand now has charge. Do I use him or do I use the bow? Is the question. If I use the bow, I'm giving up more damage. But I'm actually going to use the bow. The thing is, this way I deal only 2 to his face instead of 3. However, I think it's worth it because he might shapeshift to kill this. In that case, it'll deal an extra 2. So it'll deal a net of 3 damage overall anyway. Now, if this dies to swipe, then so be it. But he hasn't played swipe before. Okay, so it does in fact die to swipe. Well, that makes me wish I'd used it to hit the Cult Master. Still, though, he spent his whole turn doing that. I am not going to use my Eaglehorn Bow against his face here. The reason being, I have an explosive trap that might fire at some point, and that will give me an extra charge on the bow. Now, you could say, Boris, what about the Gladiator's Longbow? But I've got other things to do besides the Gladiator's Longbow, so I don't necessarily want to play that on turn 7. Actually, this was a freezing trap. You know what? I should have just attacked his face. This is not going to fire. This is just not going to fire anytime soon. Because it's a trap for the face. Or it's a trap for when my face is attacked. Anyway, it actually might fire now because I've got an empty board here. Alright, I'm going to do this. Oh, I can't lay this and the explosive trap. Oh, sadness. Sadness, sadness, sadness. Could hit him in the face down to 13. You know what, fine. We'll go for it. I'm just going to hit him in the face. Hit him in the face. So, if he doesn't play any taunts, I attack with the tiger. He's down to 8, down to 3, and then, you know, maybe I can just win with explosive trap or a few steady shots or something. And then I'll be threatening lethal with this. So yeah, he needs a taunt. It's taunt or bust for the opponent is basically what's happening here. Taunt or bust. Druids don't really have any way of killing this tiger. I mean, hunters can steady shot, mages can spell damage, flame strike. Druids really can't deal with it. Oh my gosh! He probably thinks that was a completely irrelevant Frost Elemental, but it is not. It is extremely relevant. Stops me from playing my Gladiator's Longbow and attacking. Will, in fact, hit him in the face. I can't use my bow. I'm going to play the Flesh-Eating Ghoul. It's a big threat. Alright, so even though he's a druid, and he shapeshifts and gains life, I am still getting a damage through every turn. And if he doesn't play a taunt right here, I will just win with Gladiator's Longbow plus shapeshift. So let's see if he's got the taunt. He's got the Iron Bark Protector. Please observe, this druid did play 2 swipes against me. He had a slow start, but he played 2 swipes. Anytime you beat and a wrath, anytime you beat a druid who plays 2 swipes against you, that's a bit of an achievement. So maybe this deck is not as bad as I thought it was after the first game. Well, I didn't say I thought it was bad. I thought, I said that, you know, it was hard to tell how good the deck was. The problem, obviously, is the lack of removal, but maybe it's still okay. My opponent is thinking. Ghost Phase.
My shield.
Alright, so he does get a taunter, but he seemed to think that it was not worth it to play another minion. The reason he thought it was not worth it to play another minion is that he wanted to use the Wrath to kill my... Alright, he decides to attack my face to check for if it's, you know, an explosive trap or something, and he finds out that it is. He will hit my face with that, which is interesting. Whatever, it's fine. I think if he had hit my tiger, I would have killed him regardless. I mean, I killed him anyway. Either way, 5 damage goes through his face. I think he actually made the right call attacking my face, because if I had a removal for this or if I had any source of 5 damage, I wouldn't no matter what. So I might as well get the 6 damage through. Alright, that's that. That was a pretty solid win against the Druid. He played 2 Wraths and 2 swipes. And even a blind Frost Elemental at the face, stopping me from getting a weapon out. I mean, I could have gotten the weapon out, but it would have done nothing, so it would have been a waste of a turn. It was much better to play minions there. That was a pretty solid win. I'm quite happy about that. Druid's a tough matchup for Hunter, as I've often said, because the Druid's Zero ability gains life, so it slightly or partially counters the Hunter's Zero ability. But it can also impact the board, and it can also deal burn damage to the face, so it like does everything the Hunter's ability can do, but more. Padio 3, the Paladin. Well, I would give this person the advantage. A Hunter without Unleash the Hounds is at a bit of a loss against Paladins. I am going to keep Explosive Trap, because that at least clears out recruits pretty well. Hopefully he'll, like, play something that, like a 3-2, that'll die to the Explosive Trap. That would be the best. Since I have got 3 of them in this deck, I'm pretty happy to use them liberally. Now, if he passes on turn 1, I will just play this Crocolisk now that I drew it. That'll be good for mopping up recruits. And indeed, that is what will happen. Ah, Stampeding Kodo. Good times. Good times. One annoying thing about Explosive Trap with Eaglehorn Bow is the Explosive Traps are hard to fire when you have minions out. Unless your opponent's playing badly, they're not going to attack your face when you have minions out. I really do wish these were freezing traps. So he plays an Ooze before I play my Eaglehorn Bow, which is totally fine by me. I will obviously use my bow rather than using my minion to kill the Ooze. I wonder if he has another Ooze, and that was why he did it. Next turn I can lay a trap and play the Wolf, or I could play the South Sea Deckhand and the Wolf. We'll see what happens. What's more worth it?
For the Crusade!
For the Crusader, huh? I don't have a good answer to that, unfortunately. Kodo wouldn't kill it even if I could play it. Yeah, I don't have a good answer. So we're gonna use this guy. Now I could play the Wolf and swing everything at the face. Is that worth it? I'm definitely playing the Wolf regardless. It's 3, 6, 9. He's down to 19 health. That seems a little bit foolhardy. Let's head our bets. We'll trade 5 damage away to kill that Scarlet Crusader. And we'll just play a little bit more of a balanced game here. So he's got 7 cards to my 5, soon to be 6. So he did go up a card thanks to that Scarlet Crusader. And thanks to him not having spent his coin yet. That's right. So he really doesn't have that many cards. He only really has 6 real cards. Shogun Yeti will not die to Stampeding Kodo, so Stampeding Kodo being awful for me as per the usual. I will take this opportunity to lay an explosive trap and steady shot in space instead of playing the Kodo. Reason being for that this Kodo will at the very least kill a recruit someday, and I think that's worth than putting it down onto the field. The other thing is that this Yeti, whichever minion it chooses to kill, will then be left at 3 health, and multi-shot should be good. I guess that was a case for making the Kodo, though. Ah, jeez. He's got one of those. That can't be good.
Not on.
And, of course, he has that to stop the Yeti from taking any damage. Oh, my God. This is ridiculous. Well, that also gets buffed by the Sword of Justice, so my Kodo won't kill it. This is just so ridiculous. I can't even handle it. Oh, my God. This is terrible. Well, we're going to play the high main, I guess. That, at least, will be a big old pain. I mean, if he has a Consecration, he wins this game. Because he kills the high main and then just consecrates, and then my Hyenas will die. But if he doesn't have a consecration, I should actually be totally fine here. Not totally fine, but partially fine. Let's see what he's got. Does he have a silence? That would also be annoying.
Your magic shall not
save him. Okie dokie, he's got a silence. I don't think I'm going to do enough damage to him fast enough to win this game. Oh my God. It's just ridiculous what he's been doing.
Don't mess.
Jeez, so those are gonna get buffed as well. What do I have that can answer this? I mean, I have to get another explosive trap. I have to have my explosive traps fire back to back to take care of this shenanigan. Alright, well, we're going for the burnout victory here. It's the only way that we could possibly win. Cult Master, you're terrible. We are going all the way for the face. Let's Kodo up to at least kill the pig. Well, the Spellbreaker will kill my Kodo. I can make a Fairy Dragon Wreck a steady shot. I don't want to miss any opportunities for steady shots. We are going all the way for broke here. If he has a Justice and heals up for 6, so be it. I lose the game. That's fine. But that's the only, I have to play my outs, and my only outs are that I burn him out. Sure, Drake, I'm okay with. I don't really care about him getting cards, because cards don't really matter at this stage. What matters is, does he have life gain or not? He's killing all my minions. I'm okay with that. My Berserker is going to get enraged by my explosive trap, which is very unfortunate. Ogre Magi, that's actually pretty irrelevant, actually. Because the multi-shot's just as good with or without the spell damage. Okay, what we're going to do here then is play a Cult Master, a Fairy Dragon, and Steady Shot. So my thinking here is he now needs to kill the Cult Master, or else he's going to give me cards. He doesn't want to give me cards, obviously. And then he has to kill the Fairy Dragon, because 3 damage is non-insignificant here. Now, by playing these minions, I'm giving him something to do with these minions that would have died to Explosive Trap. But I would rather him hit my minions than hit my face with anything. And now multi-shot will clear his board, even though I'm gonna take 9 damage. Sorry, 10 damage this turn. That's kind of serious. But that's how I'm gonna try to win. As long as it doesn't gain any life, I'm okay with it. All right. I do get what I needed, which is another explosive trap. That's wonderful. So we'll do this. Do I play multi-shot here? If it hits the tiger, that's great. If it hits this guy, that really sucks. Oh, I definitely am going to steady shot. Can't miss any opportunities for that. Explosive shot takes him down to 4, so it'll take me 2 more turns to kill him. So really it's just a matter of stalling the maximum amount. We're going to multi-shot. Hope to hit the tiger. Okay, that was good. So these guys are now going to die to the explosive trap. So basically, if he has life gain, he wins this game. If he doesn't have life gain, I have a chance, but he could still win if he deals 14 damage to me. Because he's got 9 mana, he could easily put down enough stuff to kill me over a couple of turns. Okay, that's not life gain. That's not charging, which is very good. That's okay. I have a 3rd explosive trap here, which I would love to see, because that would actually clinch the win. Alright, he's got 3, 5, 8, 9 damage here. 9 damage. Explosive trap would be the boss hoss. Nope, Argent Squire. Okay, so we're going to steady shot for sure. For the Ogre Magi, try to bamboozle him as much as we can. So he's got 3, 5, 8, 9. He has 5 damage and 2 cards. Or life gain. Either of those let him win the game. Does he have life gain or 5 damage? Reckless Rocketeer. True Silver Champion plus a damage. Oh my god, looks like he's got it. Looks like he's got it. True Silver Champion. Well, he's already attacked with his minions, so he doesn't have any creature buffs.
Well played.
charge creatures.
The victory.
Ah, he was trying to bluff me into conceding.
Well.
Or if he was just attacking for the hell of it. So, that was all on the back of the Hunter ability. I mean, I could not have won that game if I had had some other hero ability. I mean, a mage hero ability would have let me maybe kill off some minions and stuff, but even if some other hero ability would have been sufficient to win, the Hunter ability was necessary for me in that particular game. Warrior or Priest hero ability, and I would have definitely lost playing that deck. Well, it's hard to say that because I was playing a bunch of Hunter cards, but the explosive traps were really good. I played 2 of them, so I won 2 turns earlier because of that. And it's worth noting, if the Paladin had had any life gain, he actually would have probably won that game. Because he would have won the following turn, and I would have not been able to kill him. I didn't have any direct damage. Oh, that was close. Oh no, it's another priest. So the one game I've lost so far was to a priest. This is Izo, the priest. Thankfully, I'm second, which is very, very, very good. I will actually keep that owl because priests have light wells, light spawns, and in a pinch, Northshire clerics that you really want to silence. Of course, I would just kill an old Northshire cleric with Eagle and Bow on turn 2. But anyway, it's good to keep this around in case I need it. All right, Cultmaster ended up being a really bad card in this deck because I never got Unleash the Hounds. And it seems like I'm never really getting that many early creatures onto the board. Mad Bomber.
Well played.
Oh, I feel a little bit bad saying the bad men are well played there. But, yeah, there's whoever that jerk face is who keeps telling me about how, like, yeah, you keep saying Mad Bomber's a bad card, but he keeps being really good against you. There we go. Mad Bomber just killed his own Northshire cleric. That was 1 in 27 odds. Although, I have to say, it is worth noting that while it is 1 in 27 odds that it will kill the Northshire cleric, it is only 1 in 9 odds that it will hit the same target 3 times. So the odds of it hitting, basically, the odds of the 3 barrels landing on the same place are 1 in 9, not 1 in 27. So he's not Shadow Word Pain for the Ghoul. I actually don't mind that really too much because apparently that's what he's doing for his turn. I don't need the card for the No Mission Mentor, so I'll play the Yeti. This is very difficult for priests to kill. This is actually going about as well as you could possibly hope for a game to go against a priest so far. I've taken some damage, but I don't particularly care about that too much. And this is killable, so I think I will actually just go ahead and kill it. Yep, we'll play this. I could go all the way for his face, but nah, let's just kill the thing dead. He can use a Holy Nova here if he wants to. That'll be his entire turn. I'm pretty okay with that. Then we can play the Murloc Tidehunter and the Gnomish Inventor, get a bunch of stuff on the board, and maybe actually pull off this Cult Master here. He just top decked. Was it a Holy Nova? Yep. No, it's a Light Spawn. All right. And a Light Spawn and a Light Wall. Good God. Good. Did I say just good God? Good God. All right. We're going to think for a moment here, very carefully. I think the Iron Beak Owl is definitely getting played, and silencing that. That seems like a freebie. Now, this owl has charge. This bear will have charge, but I can put more total creatures down if I play these, but then I'm really opening up wide to Holy Nova. Let's not open up too wide to Holy Nova. Let's just play this bear. So we're going to kill the Light Well. I could divert 6 damage to kill this Silenced Light Spawn. I'm not going to. What I'm risking with this is that he plays a Dark Iron. Actually, Dark Iron Dwarf doesn't really matter against the Grizzly. What I'm risking is an Inner Fire combo. If he's got that, then so be it. But I wasn't going to redirect 6 damage to kill a 0-5. It does absolutely nothing. If I didn't have a Taunt in play, I would have killed it. Because then if you got a single buff on it, through Direwolf Alpha, Defender of Argus, or Raid Leader, you could have killed any of my minions. But with this Bear in play, this thing getting buffed isn't that big of a deal. I'm going to draw a card, get some spell damage. That will need to die. Yeah. Okay. Crazed Alchemist. Well, that's actually kind of cute. I could actually use this to kill the Light Spawn without having to do anything else. I don't have that much more use for Crazed Alchemist, honestly. Okay, well, let's play Cult Master. Kill that and get a card. We will Crazed Alchemist just to clear this off the map. Now the question is, do I play Leper Gnome? In case he got a Holy Nova off of one of his 2 draws. Holy Nova would be extremely good here. But I'm so far ahead on cards. Even if he plays a Holy Nova, look, it'll be 3 cards to 3, soon to be 4. Soon to be 5 after I Gnomish Inventor. So I'm actually okay with it. I'd rather, of course, he not have a Holy Nova, but I'm actually okay with it, so I think I'm willing to put that Leper Gnome down. No Holy Nova, just a very mediocre Twilight Drake. So this game is... he's completely lost. I really don't see how the opponent could possibly win this at this point. Okay. That's very good. It'll let me heal up my Rhino. Let's draw a card first, though. Draw cards first. Stranglethrow Tiger. This will have charge. So, alright, let's go ahead and do this. We're going to throw these guys into the Twilight Drake. Getting cards off the Cult Master all the while. I will next play Healer. I judge that healing this is more important than putting down more junk. And sure, I'll trade the Baron for that. The one drawback of this is that it allows him to kill my Cult Master with a charge creature. But I'm honestly pretty okay with that at this stage. So if he does not kill this with a Shadow Word Pain or an Argent Commander or something, my Tiger will charge, my Buzzard will charge, that'll be 7 damage. 8, 9 damage, and the game's over. Yeah, I'm threatening lethal here. He's got to kill this off at the very least. Holy Nova's not effective anymore. It only kills 2 of my creatures. So he gets my Cult Master to die. Well, he's got 2 cards to my, 10. This is a bit of a joke. There's no way he can possibly win this. Okay, so my stuff was going to attack him. Alright, let's do this. Buzzard, which charges... That's actually for the charging, not for the card. Steady Shot. Actually, I don't actually kill him that overwhelmingly. I kill him almost exactly. Alright, Ezo the Priest goes down. So, let's take stock of the situation here. I mean, this deck has been going pretty well. We're up to 4 wins. And they were pretty solid wins, so although that loss to the Priest in round 1 was very discouraging, apparently the deck is alright. It doesn't have that much removal, but it's got enough tricks up its sleeve. And the Tundra Rhino has been very good as well. I used to play that card and it wouldn't be very good for me, and then I stopped playing it, and then I saw that it kept being very good for my opponents, so I started playing it again, and it is really good. That 5 health makes it tough to kill. At the worst case, it's a slightly overpriced Stormwind Knight. Best case, it's just ridiculous with your beasts having charge. I guess you just need to make sure you have enough beasts.
Rexa versus Uther.
Oaths Forever the Paladin. Well, I managed to beat the last Paladin primarily by virtue of drawing 2 of my 3 explosive traps. I mean, without that, I would have lost. So that's kind of what I'm counting on in these games against the Paladins. I've got a pretty nifty thing I can do. I can play the Leper Gnome. Oh, there's 1 explosive trap. Lovely, doubly. And if I need to, I can actually play the Crazed Alchemist on the Leper Gnome to make it a 1-2. That'll let it mop up 2 recruits instead of just 1. Now, let's see if my opponent maybe wants to give me a 3-2. I have a feeling he's going to play a 2-3, otherwise he wouldn't do it in front of a Leper Gnome. Yeah, there's no money Berserker. Man, Crazed Alchemist, though, is a baller. True baller here. We're going to switch this into a 3-2. And do that. Now, this could have been a Pint-sized Summoner. That would have been a hell of a lot less impressive than the Crazed Alchemist has been, so I'm pretty happy with that draft choice. What I'm less happy about is the fact that I have nothing to do for the next 2 turns straight, which in Hearthstone is humongous. Mad Bomber goes for the kill. Oh my god. Every damn time! Oh my god, every damn time. The odds of that are less than 50%. They're like 30% odds. And in the last run, I actually had a Mad Bomber fail to do that twice. But here we go. For some reason, those 30% odds love to catch up against me. Oh my god, is this Mad Bomber going to kill my shit? Well, kills my best creature. Good news is, I actually have something useful to do. I can play an Explosive Trap. Clear his board, barring any Blessing of Kings. Well, it all depends on how good his 4-drop is. If it's a good one, I'm going to be in trouble. But if it's a pretty weak turn that he plays, I can just play the Tundra Rhino, and then my Tiger will have charge the turn after that. Alright, he didn't have it. He just had a Knife Juggler and a Recruit. That's totally fine in my books. Totally fine. Totally fine. So, now we have a moment of truth. We wait and see. Well, I could do a Tundra Rhino and hit him, and then wait and see if he has a way to buff this Recruit for 2 attack, or to play Hammer of Wrath, or True Silver Champion to kill the Rhino, or Blessing of Kings for that matter. Alternatively, I could play this Tiger. What that allows me to do is then play the Yeti, Steady Shot on the following turn. Basically, what I'm trying to do here is on turn 7, play the Rhino, play the owl, silence, give it charge, and have it kill the knife juggler if the knife juggler's still alive, or kill something else. Is that worth it? Let's just not dick around. Let's just do this. Kill the knife juggler. If he kills the rhino, then so be it. Next turn I'll play the Yeti and steady shot, and then after that I can play the tiger and maybe steady shot some more. Oh, this is actually only 2 health, so this only needs a 1 power boost. He doesn't need the 1 power boost, he just needs a True Silver Champion, that's fine. So this makes the Yeti unfortunate because this recruit will kill the Yeti with the help of True Silver Champion. I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. I don't like it one bit. Well, playing Stranglethorn Tiger, I guess. No reason to play this, I don't think. It would just be killing the recruit, although maybe that would have been worth it to kill the recruit so I could play the Yeti in peace. I probably messed up by not playing this. Well, we'll see what happens. I'm very far behind now. He hasn't really taken much damage. Oh gosh, this is getting ugly. Very ugly indeed. Alrighty. Let's do this. Hit him in the face. Steady shot. Alright, we're going for the burnout victory. Not my favorite thing to do because taunts or life gain would stop me dead in my tracks, but I'm too far behind. So what I have to do now is, well, I can get past 1 taunt with this owl. What I have to do now is wait for a weapon. I've got 2 eagle horn bows and a gladiator's longbow in here. That would let this be 2 damage, so this is like a ghetto arcane shot. This is 2 damage, so that's 4 damage. And I'll give him a well play for that. That was clever. He took 2 net damage for that, so he's dead in 7 turns. To steady shot. Dead in 6 turns to this, 5 turns to that. Okay, this is actually nice. I can silence Divine Shield and that. We got back-to-back explosive traps, which is good. Okay, this is looking okay. So I'm gonna play the explosive trap here. We're gonna steady shot. Now I could owl this taunter, but I'm not gonna commit to that just yet. I can do that later. We can just pop off the Divine Shield with the explosive trap, which is gonna fire anyway. Blessing of Kings. Okay, so that's good. He's doing it very cleverly here. He's putting his eggs in different baskets. So now to stop the damage, I need to use my owl on the Blessing of Kings. This is quite cleverly done. He's hitting me for 11 damage. He's not healing. No! That's bad. Not only is that damage extremely significant, but and not only am I pretty much dead here, explosive trap's not big enough to kill his stuff. No, I can't get anything off with the Cult Master. Okay, this is ugly. So we're gonna do this just to silence some of the damage. I'm gonna lay that just because I can.
I don't have enough mana.
I had to put stuff onto the board. I couldn't afford to just steady shot there. Blessing of Kings and True Silver Champion. Well, he got his Paladin cards. I didn't get my Hunter cards. I didn't get my Unleash the Hounds. I didn't get Kill Command. Didn't get Deadly Shot. So, really can't take too much away for losing this game. I mean, he had his cards and I didn't have mine. That's pretty much the end of the story. He actually has lethal damage. If he just wants to attack my face, he has lethal damage because it's, you know, he's got 11 damage on the board. Thing is that he's probably trying to play around like explosive or freezing traps, which would stop it from being lethal. Actually, even with freezing trap, it's still lethal damage. He's maybe playing around misdirection, and misdirection is the only thing he could possibly play around here. Because a freezing trap would just send that back to his face. Yeah, he's playing overcautiously, and I guess he can afford to, because after all, look at the situation. I mean, I'm so screwed. So this guy's gonna get enraged and Wind Fury. Okay. Is there anything I have that would possibly let me come back from this? I don't really see it. Let's see what possibly can come back from the situation. Iron for a Grizzly. That's not going to help me. So he'll survive with 8 health, which interestingly is how much healing he got off of the True Silver Champions. He's played 2 of them, so we're 8 total points of healing, so he'd be dead if he didn't have that Paladin card. Not only that, my creatures would have been alive, too. Alright, so this is over. He checks for Freezing Trap, whatever, with the Recruit. His Worgen becomes Wind Fury. He gives me a bad-mannered thank you. Oh, and he gives a bad-mannered Dark Iron Dwarf. Okay, remember, this Oaths Forever is a fucking douchebag. Bad manners. Playing the unnecessary Dark Iron Dwarf. I'm glad I conceded before he could get the killing blow on me. So anyway, we're up to 4 and 2. And, I mean, whatever. 4 wins is alright. It's much better than average. It's like the top third of players. If I can win one more game to get up to 5. So the deck, I think, is alright. but it's got some clear issues that I don't think are entirely my fault. I don't think that having Boulder Fist Ogres and Stormwind Champions in here would have made this deck any better. I have not been losing because I've been lacking for endgame. I mean, by the time we get to turn 6 or 7, I'm already losing. So if I had a Boulder Fist Ogre or a Stormwind Champion in my hand, I'd be losing even harder because I'd have one less card that I could have played. Storm the Druid is our next opponent.
I must protect those.
Alright, well, we have the South Sea deckhand again. I will play it on turn 1. On turn 1, it's a little different when you're the first player versus being the second player, because it means you'd actually have to coin to shapeshift to kill it. And that's, you know, trading a card for a coin's not a great trade, but it is not the worst trade. Okay, never mind. Now that I've got the bow, I'm not going to do this because this guy actually has value. But if this were like a Voodoo Doctor, for example, which it could have been in the draft, then I would have totally played the Voodoo Doctor there. I'm going to play the River Crocodilus. We're going to see if he has a Wrath. That would be the best answer. Claw Coin Shapeshift is not as good of an answer because it uses up the coin. Any minion he could play I'd be delighted to see because then I could kill it with Eagle Boy. Ah! Fuck you, he has the Wrath. Wow, what are you going to do? So do I play the bow or do I play the wolf? Well, I'm going to play the bow, and I'll tell you why. I'm playing the bow because next turn I can play the wolf. South Sea deckhand, with the buff of the wolf, it'll be 3 attack, and it'll have charge, so I can kill up to like a Raging Worgen or a Grizzly. Hopefully he doesn't play Harvest Golem or Scarlet Crusader. In fact, he doesn't have anything, which is good news for me. Got a pair of 5-drops, which is awkward. I really would rather be playing a 4-drop than the wolf South Sea deckhand thing, and I got my wish. Alright, well, we'll do it then. He clearly doesn't have an ooze, or he would have played it last turn to kill my fully charged bow, so I'm not worried about any of that stuff. He plays a Yeti. The wolf will let this trade up into a Yeti. He's going to actually play a Druid of the Claw, which is very annoying because this will not kill a Druid of the Claw, even with the help of the wolf. Ah, it's so maddening. Okay, so I could do the Charging Rhino. That'll deal some of the damage. Ah, fuck. Well. Okay, here's the best way to do it. The best way to do it is like this. You play South Sea deckhand, you attack with the South Sea deckhand, use the Eagle Horn bow. We swing at the face, and I'm going to make a strange move. I'm going to actually steady shot. They might say, Boris, why did you steady shot? Why didn't you just play your Murloc Tidehunter? Well, he's clearly got swipe here. He had a very slow start. The slower the Druids start, the more likely it is he has a swipe. Swipe on this would have killed both of these Tidehunters, so I didn't really want to dove in for that crap. Now, of course, you might say, well, if you played these, you'd have stuff to kill the Raptor with, but I honestly believe he would have played swipe if I'd played those. So we're going to use the bow to kill that. And I will play the Charging Rhino here. I will attack this. Now, the reason I'm attacking that with the Rhino, as opposed to throwing the wolf away, is that on turn 6, he can swipe and shapeshift, but it will still leave my wolf alive. He's not going to get to clear my board with it. He doesn't actually have swipe shapeshift, he has Force of Nature. Now that's interesting. That will kill the Rhino and the Wolf, but it leaves the Ogre Magi alive. There are 2 of them there. And that's actually fine. I'm okay with that. I'd rather have the 4-power guy. Oh my gosh, my opponent doesn't know how to play this game. The correct move was clearly to kill this, or to damage this. That was definitely the right move to make. Now, what I'm going to do is... Do I draw a card? I actually don't need cards yet. We're just going to do this and this. Swing here. I'm very safe against swipe now. Extremely safe. He can clear out these 2, but the tiger, of course, lives. He would have probably played swipe last turn if he had it, so I don't think he has the swipe. This is actually getting very close to threatening lethal. This is 9-12 damage.
Where shall I strike?
He's got Druid of the Claw again. This tiger maddeningly cannot get past the 6 damage. Or 6 health. Ugh. So annoying. Well, let's see if I get Arcane Shot. Or Eagle Horn Bow. Multi-shot is great if there was another minion. Well, let's do this. Throw the Fairy Dragon away. Steady shot. Do this. And put these guys out. So a swipe is extremely good. He could swipe this. It'll clear off a bunch of stuff, and this thing will hang around. But he hasn't had swipe. That one Druid that we beat had 2 swipes. Okay, this guy has a swipe, it turns out, after all. So those guys, which I tried to play around swipe, end up dying anyway, which is just, you know, my life. Right, multi-shot finds a use, which is nice. An explosive trap is also useful here. 4, 6, 7. Oh, I can actually play everything. Great. So we'll do that. We'll do that. That. Alright, so he's dead. I mean, this is 2 4, 6 damage. He's dead, unless he can life gain a whole bunch. Or like silence my leper gnome or something. What's weird is that there's no way to counter traps, except for Flare, which is a hunter card. Other than that, nobody can counter traps. Mages can play counterspell, which stops the trap when it's cast, but not when it's sprung. He's gonna Starfire my face for a card. I have enough health that he shouldn't be able to kill me, though. He'll trigger the explosive trap. And that is the game. He should really go out in style and hit that leper gnome. Alright, 5 wins, so it's respectable. This deck is respectable, or I'm just a really good player, making the most of a bad deck. Hard to say which, but I think the way that I lost the games that I lost kind of betrays the fact that this deck isn't really all that good. Would it have been better if I had drafted differently? Yes, probably. It's probably always something, at least one thing you could do. If you think of it this way, there's 30 cards you picked, so you made 30 decisions. Odds are at least one of those decisions could have been made better, but I don't think the draft would have been better by taking more expensive things. I'm becoming more and more certain of that. It's not the lack of expensive things that's really killing me here. It's the fact that I cannot get board control well enough. Even with 2 Eaglehorn Bows and 3 explosive traps, just the lack of bread and butter hunter removal makes it so difficult. Matt JX, another paladin. So I did beat one paladin in a super close game, and I lost to a paladin in it wasn't even close kind of a way. Basically, what I'm hoping here is that he doesn't play any recruits. I don't want him to play recruits because recruits kill all my stuff here, which is kind of awkward.
Well met.
Well met. So do you just play leper gnome here? I mean, yeah, I think so. If this leper gnome kills a recruit, then so be it. But I'm not gonna go crazy here trying to play around this recruit stuff. So he's gonna play a recruit.
Reporting for duty.
Okay. Argent Squire, that would have been a good one drop. Where were you, Argent Squire, when I needed you? I can actually Arcane Shot this recruit. I think it's the right move. I mean, if I'm thinking of using the leper gnome to kill the recruit, that doesn't make sense. The leper gnome deals damage to the face, just like Arcane Shot could have, but it also sticks around on the board. So that seems like a pretty reasonable choice. I guess I could have coined into Argent Squire if I didn't use the Arcane Shot on the recruit, but I don't know. That was a weird decision for sure. We'll see. We'll see if it pays off or not. He can't play Consecration yet. He plays Sword of Justice though. That's difficult. Is he gonna? Okay, so I think he made a mistake here. I think he should have used a tick of the Sword of Justice to kill one of my minions. He's getting greedy here. You know, making it so he gets 5 buffs rather than 4. Now he can't play True Silver Champion. He can play Consecration, but that would leave him with a huge Flesh Eating Ghoul. And he is going to hit this, so he does have the Consecration to clear my board. That was, I guess, why he didn't use the weapon to kill anything. Leper Gnome takes him down to 19 health. Well, we're in another race situation here, clearly. What I will do here is think. Do I want to... Am I playing such that I don't want to miss any opportunities to Steady Shot? Or do I want to get this ball and start beating down? Yeah, I don't want to miss any Steady Shot opportunities. So we'll put down the Argent Squire. That should stick around for a point of damage at the least. Well, as long as he doesn't play any taunts, I have a chance, but I don't like exactly where I am. I've got 6 damage here, 8 damage here. He's going to potentially be able to outrace me, actually, with the buff of the Sword of Justice. Man, if he had not had Consecration, I would have been totally fine in this game. Alright, we got back-to-back explosive traps now, which is fine. Do I want to lay this thing out? No, I want a Steady Shot. We are going all the way to the face. So any taunt, any life gain, and I'm in desperate trouble. He didn't have a taunt on turn 5, so hopefully he doesn't have one on turn 6. No Lord of the Arena, no Sunwalkers, please. One more turn without taunt, and I'll be good. Alright, that's actually okay. I'm okay with this completely. Don't care about that in the slightest. Is he going to redirect damage? Yep, he's going to actually pause to kill my guy, which is great. This guy will not die to Explosive Trap, which is really significant. Please don't play a taunt or an ooze. Or life gain. That I don't care about in the slightest. Is he going to protect this? No, he protects his big guy. Alright. So that guy, unfortunately, does not die to Explosive Trap. Thanks to the thingamaboob. We will lay a trap. We will Steady Shot. We will play a Buzzard just to, you know, distract him. And I'm going to hit him in the face. So the only way that he can really win now is through life gain, because this is going to deal 2 damage to his face, then I'm going to steady shot him for 2 more, and then I'm going to lay another explosive trap, and he has to attack me to win, so he's going to lose. Unless he has life gain. So he needs a justice guy here. If he has a justice guy, he might actually win this game. Actually, he probably will win the game. He needs justice real bad. Farseer would actually give him 2 extra turns as well. He has it! No! No! Why? Oh, God, why? Butternut squash cupcakes. Alright, is he gonna pause to kill my buzzard? He is gonna pause to kill the buzzard. Mother friggin' ballsack. Christ-sickles. Let's do this. And let's think. Do I lay the explosive trap or play the rhino? It's got 5, 10, 13 damage. It's cutting it close. I'm gonna lay the trap. That'll save me 3 damage.
Job done.
He's now down to 4 health, so I've already used my arcane shot, but if I can draw another small beast, like an owl for example, I can play this and the beast and deal 4 damage to his face. I don't have any more life gain. For the love of God, stop having life gain! Jesus Christ! Oh my God. I mean, these are both common cards. These are both common cards, so I shouldn't be that surprised that he had them. But seriously. Friggin' seriously. Well, we'll do this. And steady shot. And hit him in the face. Even if I had arcane shot, I wouldn't know what. That was a load of horse shit. I hate everything. This deck was not that great, so I felt like I really deserved to go any higher than 5. I think 5 was better than I should have expected. But, those 2 paladin losses were so obnoxious with the life gain. I could have won if they didn't have it. Ah, ball sacks. Oh my God. But anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Please pity me for getting 60 gold and 45 dust. Actually, that's alright. That breaks even. And I get some dust. I am trying to collect dust. To get a good pack. I've not gotten a new legendary in a long time. I got 100 dust, which I guess I haven't gotten in a long time either, but I haven't gotten a new legendary in ages. It's probably been like, God, like 2 months or something since I've gotten a new legendary last. I got Tyrion Forge Ring not too long ago, but that was like my 3rd one of those. Let's go ahead and take this knife juggler. Ah, that was painful. Oh, that was so painful. So pippity-poopity painful. Knife juggler goes bye-bye. We are below 4,000 dust needed to get the next, get the one of everything achievement. And our next arena will be a mage, a paladin, or a warlock. Well, I've just done mage and paladin not too long ago, so probably warlock? We'll see. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you again soon. Take care.